Good morning, Pickens County. I'm Ken Roper. I'm here at the Table Rock Recycling Center, which just has reopened with a lot of maintenance done, refresh, fresh coat of paint, rethinking the way it flows like we're doing in our Sustainable Roots project in center after center all summer long. So we want to walk you through and show you some of the things here at the Table Rock Recycling Center, a great location. You'll remember we had the Table Rock fire. It's just off that way. And this center came through unscathed. So like all the other structures and homes in this area, we need to thank forestry and our firefighters and various folks that were volunteers that helped with that. And we came through that largest fire in the history of the upstate without losing a single dwelling and with our Table Rock Recycling Center still intact. So we're very proud of this, very thankful for the grace that we've got to still be here today doing this video. But I'll tell you general rules. You know that this is open Monday through Saturday, 7:30 in the morning to 7:20 in the evening. It's not open to 7:30 in the evening, and people ask about that, and that's because the attendants need to be able to shut everything down and close it up and still be ready to get out. So you'll see that's the reason for that timing, that 10 minutes. But also no commercial vehicles. This is not meant for contractors or for companies or for businesses. This is supposed to be for you and me, mom and pop, your brother and your sister to come and dispose of their household garbage. No trailers longer than 10 feet. They just don't work in these centers. So please help us with that. No enclosed trailers. We don't need like the work trailers here, and no box trucks. It needs to be where the attendant can see what's coming in and out. So we make sure that we're complying with all rules and regulations here at this center. So let's step through and talk about the things that you can do here at the Table Rock Recycling Center. The first thing you'll notice at Table Rock is the increased signage, making sure people know where to operate safely and where the crosswalks are so that you can be certain to yield to pedestrians. You'll also notice that there's a drive-through lane that's clearly marked, and there's an unloading zone for you to pull over. Now this unloading zone, if you need to, if you have mobility issues or if a very heavy load, you can pull all the way over on the concrete. It's designed for most people to be able to pull over right here and have this room to walk out and back. But so you'll notice that, again, a lot of the changes here are safety related. And it's because of an incident we had with an attendant who some months back. And we want to make sure our attendants are safe and that you're safe and that everyone can use the recycling center like this one here at Table Rock as safely as possible. First thing you'll notice here, the first bin you'll come to is the metal bin. Now, when it says metal, it's talking about tin cans, things like soup cans, etc., small appliances, other metal items. If you have any questions, you can scan the QR code there and it'll tell you exactly the type of metal to put in here. But since this is the first thing you unload at the Table Rock Recycling Center, it should be the last thing you put in your car. Remember, first in, last out is the way to think about our recycling centers to make sure they operate efficiently. Next is brown goods. So after you do metal, the next thing at the Table Rock Center is your furniture, your building materials, the small things from your house, from like maybe if you had to change out some trim at your house, or you had a little deck rail you had to replace, this would be where that would go. Small furniture that maybe is not good enough or suitable anymore, this is where it would go. You can even put a bag of loose leaves or grass clippings in here as long as it's the amount that fits in a wheelbarrow. We don't want to start filling these up with massive amounts of that. That needs to go to the main landfill. So anyway, brown goods is the next thing here. Next at Table Rock, you have the cardboard bin. So this cardboard, it needs to be cardboard that you've broken down. And I would ask you to do me a favor on this, and I've been guilty of this myself. Break down the cardboard before you put it in your car. A lot of people will just throw the cardboard boxes in the back of their car. I've done it. And then you get to the recycling center and you try to break them down and you're backing up traffic. So really think about trying to break them down before you get to the center. I'll tell you what I do. I keep a little pocket knife right beside my recycling area in my garage. And so when I walk out with a box, I cut the edges and I fold it up, and it's ready to go in the bin here at the cardboard. Remember, cardboard is not things like cereal boxes. We're talking about corrugated cardboard here in this bin. Something that's somewhat unique at Table Rock is that because of the space and the design of the center, we actually are going to have, even after we're done with these changes, we're going to have things that you need to do on both sides of the center. So this is one of the centers where you will be coming across crosswalks, and you'll see those crosswalks try to park your car and use those crosswalks to come out and back where you can to stay safe, because there's signage and speed bumps that helps. But on this center, you'll pull over to the right for our recycling, our aluminum cans. You can even bring batteries. I see batteries right there. And let me mention one thing to you that you're going to see more and more from us, and that is for regular standard vehicle, boat, lawnmower batteries. It is not for lithium-ion rechargeable hand tool type batteries. Those batteries actually create a great deal of problems for us, and you need to look online. Retail stores like Home Depot and Lowe's will take lithium batteries back when they're used up. But the problem that we have with lithium batteries is if you bring them to us in your regular trash, they heat up on their own. And we had a landfill fire here just a few months back that we believe was caused by a lithium battery being thrown away. So you'll see more from us about that, but you can get your batteries taken care of here, your regular batteries, aluminum, paper, plastics, electronic waste, and tires. All you will pull over to the right and be able to unload those safely here at Table Rock. So next at Table Rock, you come up to the household garbage. This is for bagged garbage or for just little household items that don't fit in any of the other places that aren't recyclable. These are ultimately going to go and be put in a landfill somewhere. So think about that. That's the type of trash that goes here. You'll see that there's the pull down screen here. There's one over here where that compactor is closed. We always keep one compactor closed so that when it's time to pull a full compactor, there's an empty one ready. So if you've ever wondered about that, why is one of them always closed? It's to keep the capacity there no matter what. So that's here at Table Rock. You also have down here our paint exchange, the place you get rid of your used motor oil and other things like that. Folks, so that takes you through the Table Rock Recycling Center. Remember, the very first thing you put in your car or in your truck is going to be the last thing you take out. So for this center, that's probably going to be your household garbage will be the first thing you put in your vehicle, and then step back through as you load your vehicle and you'll be able to unload it as efficiently as possible. You see these safety measures here. Please take note of those. The crosswalks, try to operate safely in here. We've had 2 people come through while we were filming this, and both were very appreciative and gave thanks to me and to the county and to Orrin Moore, who's the recycling attendant that takes so much pride up here, who does all sorts of work for us. He drives a truck. He works recycling centers. He goes around to the different centers. And him and the other recycling attendants are the folks that keep this process working. So when you see those attendants, give them thanks. They're managing a bunch of things at once. And maybe they can't come and give you individualized attention, although they try sometimes. I see them do that all the time. But generally speaking, they're concerned with making sure that all these bins are available for you, the center is working good, and that the main landfill knows when there's a problem. So we appreciate our recycling attendants. Again, thank you, Pickens County. Excited about these changes, excited about you adapting to them, and we appreciate your patience.